So what do you do when you're in an interview for a job that's a higher level than you've ever had before? How do you convince them that you can do this job? Well, first of all, you should have done your homework on the actual job description. My advice, anytime you go into an interview like this, is to create a table. So grab a piece of paper and 2 columns. In the first column, each cell is going to be filled with equal requirement on the job description. So whatever they said was required to do the job, it has its own cell. In the second column next to it, I want you to quantify your experience that supports that you have that skill. So you should be able to fill everything in, hopefully. And if not, maybe there's only 1 or 2 things that are empty. Now that document can be used as the foundation for your conversation when you're in the interview. So when you're talking to them and it's your turn, you can say, I built this document. I took a close look at the job description and I matched all of my experience. I quantified all my experience against all of the things that are required for the job. So here's a document. So bring 2 copies, one for yourself and whoever else you'll be interviewing with. And you could say, as you can see here, I have experienced 90% of this, but I wanted to be transparent and say where I don't have the exact experience are in these 2 areas. Can you talk to me about how important those are? And what do you think I could do to quickly get up to speed in those 2 areas so that I could guarantee you that I could meet and exceed all your expectations? Now, what does this do? Well, first of all, it shows you've done your homework. It shows you're confident. You know you can do this job, right? But you're also being honest with them and saying, I don't have the title, but look, I've done 90% of the work, or maybe in some cases, 100% of the work. So this is a very tangible way for them to see that. And that's very important because you're giving them the data they need to be able to say, yes, oh, this person could do the job. It really doesn't matter they didn't have the title because they're going to have to go sell someone else on that. So you want to give them that data to be able to convince other people that you're right for the job. It also gives you an opportunity, if you don't have 100% of the skills, to have a nice balanced dialogue with them. Well, what would it take? How long do you think it would take me to get up to speed on that? What would you be looking for? And you can then also offer, well, the way I would do it is I would, work these extra hours, or I would take this online course, or I would do these things over the first 90 days to get myself up to speed. You could even propose how you would overcome that gap in knowledge or that skill gap. But you want to have that discussion, because if you don't, what happens is you leave and then they say, well, the person didn't have all the experience, and you never had a chance to work through that with them and essentially sell them on the fact that you could do it. So that's why this document becomes so important, because it's a level of transparency that can get the conversation going and actually give you a shot.